I'm exhibiting and talking about the endangered alphabets at Gannon University in Erie, Pennsylvania. And while I wait for the capable guys from Physical Plant to show up with ladders and wires, it's got me thinking about the past 13 years of taking my show on the road. The alphabet's carvings, like many of the scripts themselves, occupy uncertain territory between art and writing, so the venues vary wildly. A few galleries, but more libraries, museums, and classrooms. When they're headed for a gallery, I can be pretty sure an experienced curator will take over, familiar with displaying objects of all shapes and sizes, with hanging hardware and lighting to suit all comers. More often, though, I turn up with a Subaru load of wood and hope. Just as the alphabets occupy uncertain territory in terms of discipline, they often fall between other stools. It's often unclear who is in charge, who, if anyone, will show up with the metaphorical hammer and nail. A shout out to the tiny Wadhams Free Library that built an entire display case for the huge Pangea sculpture. And it's unclear who will print the wall texts and stick them up, or where. One small library in Vermont had literally no wall space, so I just propped up the carvings on every available horizontal surface, at least 3 went on the piano, and led the audience like an intellectual conga line around the stacks. Chairs make decent easels. Shelves don't work if the carving is irregularly shaped. Often I prefer just to pass them around and watch the audience marvel at the grain, the old-school heft of them. Other places had wall space they were strictly forbidden to use, which makes it hard to know what carvings to take. Early on, I made the mistake of taking a 7-foot-tall piece in vertical Mongolian script to a library, and then I had to wire it against a pillar in case it fell and crushed a child. I've had to run out and buy picture wire, D-rings, even a screwdriver in the minutes before an exhibition was due to open. Classrooms are generally the least prepared environment. Teachers assume I'm going to deliver a PowerPoint, and eye the carvings, which I hold up and pass around the class dubiously, as if 3 dimensions were one too many, outdated and potentially dangerous. Colleges in general tend to be horrified I want to sell Alphabet's merchandise, finding it unthinkable I'm not on some kind of salary. In the end, we muddle through, and in the end, everyone is transfixed by the scripts and their stories, and they head out, talking excitedly to each other, while I pack up the carvings and the unsold merchandise for the long drive home.